Welcome to the Film Secretary, or alternatively named, I Think the Fuck Not, a 2002 film starring Maggie Gyllenhaal and James Spader. Before we begin, it is best you heed my warning. If you are a victim of SA, or being manipulated by somebody in a higher position of authority than you, if you have struggled with mental illness, particularly as a former inpatient, if you are somebody who has struggled or is currently struggling with self-mutilation, or if you are extremely upset over the idea of misrepresentation of the kink community in the mainstream media, don't watch it. Do not watch it. Leave it alone. Part number 2 before we begin, and I'm going to say this now. The idea of kink in mainstream might be new, about 20 years. The practice of safe, sane, consensual, and enthusiastic is not new. 2002 was not so long ago that this should be acceptable. And to further the fact that they knew what they were doing, they brought up the idea of a sexual harassment lawsuit and then laughed at it. They made it a joke. So I'm going to move forward with the review so I don't feel like I wasted my time watching this. So Maggie Gyllenhaal is just released from a mental health inpatient care facility. Over the course of what I'm assuming is about 10 years, she practices self-mutilation. It's something that's going to be shown and comes up multiple times. Her dad's an alcoholic, she has kind of a weird home life, and she decides she wants a job. She applies to be the secretary at the law office of E. Edward Gray. Mr. Gray here is a predator, and everything starts off when he decides to spank her without her permission. And it further escalates into a whole bunch of stuff. He's telling her what to wear, what to eat, how much to eat, puts her in a spreader bar with her, making her walk on all fours to bring him the mail, all this other stuff, and then one day he just stops. But by this point she is invested, and she's like framing photos of him and messing things up intentionally, and like framing pictures that he like outlined in red Sharpie to show that she misspelled things, which is why he was spanking her in the first place. And then to prove that she really loved him, he made her sit at his desk with hands and feet out in front of her for 3 solid days. And apparently that was enough proof she loved him. And the only reason she stopped self-mutilation is because he told her to as part of it. Honestly, I'm just fucking stunned over this one. You ever just see something that just sucks the joy right out of your life? This is 0 out of 10. And if you're experiencing a mental health crisis, reach out.